We are back.
Right? Is anybody else excited?
I'm excited.
Look at Dave's excited face.
Final countdown. Great.
This is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another epic episode of Deranged and Questing, the Necromancer's Idiot Apprentice. We are officially live with another thing. And if you remember from a week and 2 weeks ago, we are hosting a special giveaway. So pay attention throughout the stream because our Dungeon Master is going to be dropping these cues for you to share the secret code word, which I hope you remembered. If you don't, you are SOL, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? If you are new to the show, I'm not going to bother explaining to you what this is all about. I will let this cutting-edge graphic do it for me. Here we go.
Previously, I'm the big bad necromancer. Get wrecked, nerds. Mwahaha. Pew 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 pew. Oof. I'm out of here. Escape.
Huzzah! Master, I got that gem you wanted. Eek! Ding! So, ghosts, help me! Hey, I need 3 heroes. Go and get them for me.
Here they are, sir. Here are your heroes.
Okay, listen up. I need you to get the souls out of this idiot before he explodes and kills us all.
And thus their adventure began. This is Deranged and Questing, the Necromancer's Idiot Apprentice.
It is still the best part. It is the great way to start off the show. So that is what we are all about. We are a party of 3 heroes and a necromancer's incompetent apprentice trying to save the world. And by save the world, I mean stop the apprentice from blowing up from the souls that he has absorbed. But you know what? I'm going to stop talking because our dungeon master is going to take it away. Oh, but I've got a surprise for you all. So watch this when I come back.
Oh, boy.
Are we supposed to wait here? Oh, I know what it is. He didn't tell me, but I know. Well, he never did the intro part where we all do our quirky hellos and stuff like that. Well, I got to wait for him because he's going to be the first one. I'm pretty sure you know what his surprise is going to be, but okay, let's go first. We'll go. Oh, there he is. I knew it. I knew it. So as part of the intros, I would like to introduce Andy, who's playing Grak Skullcrusher. Andy, say hi.
Hello.
We also have Ser Doran, who's played by Tony. Give us a greeting, please.
Hey, everybody.
We have Jin the Rogue, who's being played by Allegra. Shout him out.
Hello.
And we have Jeter, I believe, who's playing Abelard by Dave.
Happy to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yep. And myself, Greg, who, of course, the reason why I had to do the intros is because of my special thing. Last week, you guys met the pig. Now, meet the cow.
Oh, boy.
It's got a special light, and it moves. So, give it away, Greg. Oh, why, thank you, sir. How noble of you, Andy. Let's do a little recap. Last session, the group finished delving into the minds of Brom Wideberth, a.k.a. Jin, learning that it was a... Wait, is this the right thing? Right? Yeah? Am I doing the right backup? Yeah. It's since the week was gone, I'm like, what? So we dove into the minds of Brom, a.k.a. Jin, and... Let me see. I'm all confused now. We learned that Abelard was just a typical teenage kid doing what all teenagers do, trying to act as lazy as possible, just kind of wants to hang out with their friends all day, and stuck in an internship with a deranged, psychotic frost giant necromancer who was about to torture him in the best case and God knows what in the worst case. But that was interrupted by the town guard attempting to arrest the necromancer in his summer home and Abelard being abandoned and eventually dropping the soul ghost gem. From there, the group chatted with Gravid, who taught them a ritual to communicate with the souls in Abelard's body. And you guys spoke to an ice sprite queen who asked for her people to be put to rest. You guys traveled north, destroyed the animated undead bodies of sprites that were searching for something. And with the help of Amda, who knew a ton of things, you guys were able to complete the burial ritual, putting the souls to rest, revealing a hidden chest holding part of a broken staff and a bag of magical beans. So I guess let's get right into it directly from there. You guys have just still in the cold lands, and our usual friend Abelard, he falls over, he sits up, a glazed look, and let's see who this new person is.
Holy crap, it's freezing in here. What's going on?
Oh, boy.
Here we go again. That's
Who the
part
hell
of
are you
everything.
guys?
We're gonna be your guides on this journey today. But it's all right. It's not that cold. I'll help you out.
Sorry,
And,
look, I know I didn't get that drunk. I was in there. I only had a few beers. A few meaning like, I don't know, probably more than 10. And where did you guys drag me out here, or what it went on?
Grak is going to lean over to Ser Doran and say, I don't recognize his accent. Where's he coming from?
I think somewhere from the northeast.
Oh, me? I'm from Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the
Very
northeast.
Yeah, somewhere over there. Anyway, if you don't mind, if you could just give me the best directions back there. Probably have another gig tonight. I'd like to get back over there as quickly as possible. Thank you. How? Where do I go?
A gig?
What? We're heading to Waterdeep too. You can tell us all about your gig on the way. We'll take you right there.
Ah, perfect. This will work out swimmingly.
What kind of gig?
What? Oh, I'm sort of a stand-up comedian / singer. You probably heard of me. Jeeta Griffin. Barbarian. I'm a bard and I work at the bar. And by work, I usually get so drunk I pass out and they have to throw me out, and the bouncers get to work.
You gotta give work to everyone.
Yeah, I
Do an
kinda like to
honorable
spread it around.
service.
Exactly.
Well,
A noble
while
profession.
they are talking to Abelard, Jin is going to walk over to the bag of magic beans that we found and kind of stealthily rummage through it to see what she can find.
Okay. You are going to see 6 beans inside. They're of different colors, pictured like every color lima bean. No. What are those every color, every flavor beans? Jelly beans, yes.
Yes.
Although I have now invented every color of lima beans, and that is now canon, and I'll be rich soon, but...
All right. I would like to pick it up and say, guys, we should probably get this out of my reach, like right now, before I'm tempted to steal it. There are 3 beans in here, and I just don't trust myself with them.
Oh, perfect. I'm famished.
No, they're really not for eating. So I would like to roll sleight of hand to pocket 3 of the beans while giving the others to Grak in a show of good faith.
Okay, make your roll. It is, oh my god, natural 1.
It is a natural 1.
Nothing bad has ever happened from a natural 1. I'll have you know.
Okay, so here's what happens. Grak, she hands you the sack of the beans. And as she does this, you notice that one of the beans falls to the ground. That it looks like she was trying to pocket. What you guys don't really notice is that Jin is able to pocket one, but one falls right into the wet, moist ground beneath her feet.
Oh no.
So, Grak, you definitely know that there were 4 beans in that bag, and she was trying to basically steal one. And I'll let you guys discuss that real quick while Lego rolls a D100 for me. I was not ready for this early. Oh god, I gotta look this up.
All right.
All right, so Grak is immediately suspicious. He's got like, he notices stuff like that someone is trying to pull something over on him, especially someone he's been expecting to pull something over on him from the beginning. So he's gonna reach out and try to grab the changeling's collar. Now, how tall is this changeling? Like, how high does he have to reach for the collar?
Oh, she's like 5'5", 5'6".
Okay, so
Like
sort of just the right height for grabbing a collar. Do I have to like roll like a grappling or something, or can we roll in on the natural 1 that Grak is?
I'll just okay, so you go to see a bean fall to the ground. It's sitting at her feet. You see the bag that she's handing you. You go to run up and grab Grak, and right as you go to do it, a gigantic statue of Jin appears right before you and knocks you back onto your butt. It also starts to basically threaten you in all sorts of ways, not necessarily to keep you away from Jin, but it's just a general threatening creature. Also, Jin, you are sent flying as this creature basically springs up from underneath your feet. It looks exactly like you in your current form. And I guess
when you say go flying, could I actually like be on its shoulders as it just pops out of the ground?
Yes. You're on its shoulders. It's not moving, but it's definitely talking. So right now, Jin is sitting on I'll say an 8-foot tall statue of Jin. I'll let you guys go from there.
Holy crap, that's like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Right, it's my new performance trick. I say, trying to roll with this.
You really need to teach me that one. Like, if I could incorporate that into my act, I'd make a killing.
Absolutely. We can discuss it on the way to... Where is it that you were saying you were going?
Wait a minute. You said you were going there.
Yeah, I have very bad memory.
Tell me where we're
Going to Waterdeep.
On the count of 3.
Yes, Waterdeep. That's where we're going.
I see what it is. You guys think I'm stupid or something, huh? Well, guess what? I believe you.
Trust is what's going to make this voyage work, all right?
So as you guys are talking, the statue of Jin starts talking in the same exact indistinguishable voice, which I will mimic perfectly right now. Let me hear your voice one more time, Jin.
I sound exactly like this.
I sound exactly like this. Look at this vile terrorist on my shoulders. Let me tell you, this one is the worst. She's attacked people. If you like get fries and she says that she doesn't want some, she'll take some off your plate, knowing that you're giving her a stink eye, but she'll do it anyway. There was a toddler in her way in line, and I mean, she didn't do anything to the toddler because it's a small kid, but she punched both of the parents in the face for no reason. This woman is the worst. This woman is the worst. You should probably just beat her up right now.
Oh, man. Total roast.
Yeah.
It reminds me. I once I had a joke about a statue head, but I can't remember it right now. It's a bust.
Doran just thinks that the mushrooms are kicking in again, and he's getting a second wave, and he's like, "Holy, is this really happening?" You know,
Jin is just like, you know what? I think this is a great opportunity for a trust exercise, and by trust exercise, I mean clearing the room a little bit. So, Grak, I know you want to beat me up, so please beat up the statue of me instead.
I wouldn't do it. Look at me. Look at me. I'm not pointing up, but like imaginary I am because I'm an inanimate statue. But like being her, she said that your beard is really small and belongs on like a gnome. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
Damn it. Does this statue like actually hear me speak? Oh, damn, he's probably...
Also, she whispered to me a few seconds ago that it smells like you just took a bath and you smell like flowers and perfume.
So Grak breaks out laughing because he just now got the joke. Like, he hasn't been listening the whole time to all this stuff that's been said. He's been like ruminating over why this joke about the statue is a joke, and he breaks out laughing because he just got it. And then he looks up and he's like, I'm sorry, what was that you said?
You gotta kill her. Kill her quickly. She's a traitor. She definitely... She doesn't even know where Waterdeep is. She says that everyone from the Northeast is as dumb as they are stupid, which is extremely...
Jin starts looking around for somewhere to jump to and possibly run away.
What could be the worst thing that happens if we just leave the statue here?
You know, actually, that's a very good point. We should leave right now.
you should leave to go and execute her? Look, I got some excellent ideas on new types of gallows, so you could hang her. If not, we could do like a burning witch thing. We could drag her across the bottom of a ship and let the barnacles scrape her up.
We should go.
All of these are like too
Go
good,
away.
though. Can you guys help me think of ways that she should be heinously slaughtered and murdered for all the crimes she's committed?
Well, you could just like fall on her and crush her, and then she'd die of an heart attack.
You're not helping.
I'm trying, but yeah, like oh god.
Listen, clearly you have a problem with me, statue me. So,
I don't have a problem with you. I know everything you've done. You were the worst. You were like that person who orders something in a store where one of these poor craftsmen have spent all their time making it, and then you keep it for like 3 years, and then you buy another copy of it and like return the old one in the same box and try to make it look smooth. That's the type of person you are.
I have decided that this statue of me is a little bit too introspective.
I have decided that this living version of me is a little bit inaccurate, and everything she says is incorrect, and she is the villain of this story. Yes, would you please
smash
the
statue's face?
Smash the living face.
How attackable does this statue look? Is this like a stone statue?
Yeah, I mean, you have a giant hammer, though, right?
It is a stone statue. It is beautifully made.
Think of the catharsis of swinging a hammer right at my face.
And Grak absolutely buys that.
Swinging it at her actual face, so there are repercussions. Why would you...
I will feel personally harmed by you attacking this statue of me, and that will do just fine.
Grak has been watching Jin this whole time. He knows that she tried to screw him over. He's not quite sure how. Right, he saw the bean drop. His brain has not put together, the numbers, because again, numbers aren't a thing for Grak. But he knows that she's been trying to screw him over, and on the one hand, he knows that there's good parts of her on the inside, but he's definitely in a mood to hit something, and so the statue does present a pretty convenient target. So I think Grak is going to take a swing at it.
Can I just say, as you guys are all yelling this and stuff?
Sure.
Jeter walks over to the statue and slaps it on the ass, and I'm just like, "Oh, I just wanted to see what it was like to hit rock bottom." And then I walk
away. The laugh and everything. Well done.
Okay, Grak, easy enough. You hit it. It is solid stone, so it doesn't. Like a small chip forms, and the statue is just like, why are you attacking the good version of me? All of the evil is up above me in a living form.
Listen.
She was telling me you would look prettier if you shaved your beard.
Actually, I think your beard looks absolutely wonderful. It's very long and lustrous and has a smell like you haven't bathed ever.
And so Grak is like, here's the thing about Jin. It's all bullshit, whatever she says. So you're just as much bullshit as her.
Thank you, Grak.
No one's going to believe you, just like no one's going to believe her. That's the way it is, and he's going to take a swing at her face, or the statue's face.
No, Grak, I don't know if that's so true, because with the statue, at least we always know where it stands.
Okay, you can take another swing as Jin is like, I'm assuming pulling her legs up or something as the statue is.
Basically like on top of the statue's head as high as she can reach, really looking for a place to jump, but not quite sure that it's worth the leap into potentially Grak.
Mm-hmm. And the statue is like, ow, that was terrible. Holy man, back me up here. She said that your outfit is I'm kind of with her on this one. It's hideous.
It's really
terrible.
bad. Like we can agree on that, right, statue? Like we don't agree on a lot of things, but we can agree that Ser Doran's outfit is horrible, and that you're a rock, and your opinions don't matter.
No, you had me until you started lying, but there's only one thing she said that's true, that all villains of the universe can agree upon, and that is Ser Doran's outfit clashes terribly.
That's right. So, how effective did Grak's Maul Strike appear?
Not really. It doesn't seem to be as hardy as usual stone. It seems very magical in nature. So if you guys want to spend like 3-4 hours smashing away at it, it's up to you. But...
like coming from the mouth of the statue, or is it just kind of like resonating from it?
I picture it being like, I forget what old night TV show it was from, where you have like a picture of someone, but then the camera cuts out the human mouth. It's like that, like just the statue's mouth is moving, but it looks like a Jin's lips.
I would like to inspire Grak to hit this statue.
And how are you going to do so?
With a little song.
Oh boy.
And I go, allow me here, all right? La. All right. Grazing mace, how sweet the pound that smashed a wretch like me. I once was fine, but now I'm prone with only 1 HP.
That deserves mad props. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, give him some props for that performance.
If that doesn't give you bardic inspiration, I don't know what.
Nothing does.
Okay, so you could smash it a few times, smash it right in his mouth. It's going to keep talking to you guys.
I think we should just leave. You know what? It could just stay in the throne room. I've always wanted a throne. This is perfect, I guess.
As Grak's like just whacking away at it, Doran's just pulling off his boot and getting his funky walking in the forest sock out and throwing it up to Jin and just telling Jin to stuff it in the statue's mouth so we can get out of here. That'll give her something to chew on and we can get out of here.
Jin catches it and stuffs it right in the statue's mouth.
No, you won't. And it's trying to reach with its immobile hands, and it can't seem to get it out. And you guys start to walk away, and you hear the muffled sound of.
Yeah, I think that's fitting.
As the statue just stays there, and.
I'm okay with this development. I've really always wanted to be immortalized. I always thought I'd be someone's muse very nicely. I mean, I could look however they wanted me to look. Like, you only need one model forever. This is great.
That's it.
Meanwhile, the one bean that I was able to salvage, I pocket.
Okay. So I'll say the 1 bean, and you could even probably in the confusion pick up the bean on the ground too. Yeah. So you get 2 beans. Grak's holding the pouch of the 3. And you guys, I guess, start to...
So I completely see what's going on here now. I'm still passed out, completely dreaming. I mean, I wake up here. I'm surrounded by you weirdos. A statue grows out of the ground. It's talking to us. So I just need to try something real quick, just to prove my theory. And I'm going to use that reach into that magical bag thing.
Okay.
And I want to pull out like a giant mug of endless ale.
That is easy enough. So you see Jeter just kind of pull into the nothingness that he identifies with, and he pulls out a mug of ale. He chugs it. You guys see it refill itself. He chugs that one, and it keeps refilling itself up over and over.
It is a proven fact that I am now dreaming, and I don't ever want to wake up. Ever. Let's continue on.
To adventure.
Grak is going to try to take that, because all of his smashing of the statue has worked up a mighty thirst, and the 15-year-old kid shouldn't be drinking ale.
Oh, come on. He's had a rough time. He deserves some ale.
There's plenty to go around, man. Like, we can share. It's not a big deal.
Jeter, it's up to you. When Grak tries to take it and drink from it, does he actually get any beer out of it?
You know what? Only if he promises to play nice.
Play nice with who? Are we talking about you? Because my job's to protect you, lad. Now, if I've got to play nice with the other one over there, that's a different matter.
Oh no, I mean that's fine. You can do whatever you want with her. I just want my beer back after you get your fill, you know, because
well, do you want your beer back? Do you want your beer back, or do you want me to get my fill? Because those two things are not the same.
I mean, but it's endless. It keeps going. Like we can just pass it back and forth, you know, chug pass. Just, you know, common courtesy, back and forth.
Meanwhile, Jin scouts ahead.
All right, watch like this, and I take like huge freaking swigs of it, and then I pass it off to him.
Okay.
Right,
remember that.
Go ahead.
You're in the body of a 15-year-old kid, so you like a huge friggin' swig for Abelard is going to be like drunk in a minute.
I don't think I've even noticed that yet. I'm still like, you know.
We'll figure that out in about 20 minutes. Okay,
yeah,
so
Grak is going to drain it and hold it out. Another, and just kind of keep doing this over and over again until Abelard passes out.
Yeah, Jeter, you feel surprisingly full after like your third one. You figure it's magical beer, and that's the only way in such a magical dream could you be satisfied. And then I'm not going into the details of it, but as you guys start your first day of many, many days to the forest where the pixies are, you're going to be throwing up and sick and feeling terrible.
No, I won't, because every so often I'm just going to cast Lesser Restoration on myself and bring me back.
Okay.
I am no rook sauce, sir.
Excellent. So, as a 15-year-old kid is chugging beers and every 2 hours casting a spell on himself to keep him in the drinking game, Grak, who's also surprisingly somehow falling behind its kid overall due to magical interference, you guys are going to be on a long road to the Pixie Forest. It's named the Laughing Hawk Forest. And as you are on this road, since you guys have done a bunch of stuff, you guys are going to level up. And I told you this before the session started. You had a little bit of time to prepare. So I'm going to ask each of you guys, what did you guys get at a game when you leveled up? And how does your character like train or learn this new stuff while on the road? So who wants to go first?
I can go ahead and go first because it seems pertinent.
Okay.
Jin acquires a few like an extra die on sneak attack and some my proficiency bonus goes up. But the big thing that Jin gets is uncanny dodge. An uncanny dodge lets her, as a reaction, take half damage from one attack.
Nice.
And she gets this by actively baiting Grak.
Makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
And turning this enmity into a game where she's letting him like work off some of his steam, you know. She'll be going along and be like, well, sure, they say I'm a traitor. Maybe I am. All I know is that the gem appeared in my bag. Oh, was this yours, Grak? And wait until he comes chasing after her and practicing her dodge.
Well, that segues pretty nicely into Grak's. So Grak has, you know, he's been taking a lot of damage and inflicting a lot of damage, so his hit dice go up so he can take more and inflict more. But after so much time chasing Jin around and swinging and unfortunately missing, so you know the action of swinging and missing develops some seriously powerful, you know, upper body muscles. So now he can attack twice. He gets an extra attack on every turn, and it's all Jin's fault because she's been baiting him.
Sounds perfect. Ser Doran?
So Doran's been doing a lot of praying because of the shenanigans and asking Lathander how he was banished to this hell when he felt like he was doing the right thing. So Doran doesn't really get any physical benefits from leveling up besides, he gets a little hardier. Mostly it manifests itself in a few extra spells, so I get a little bit more utility. I also get a little bit better turn undead. So really, the benefits are haven't shown themselves yet, but I'm sure in upcoming combat we'll see a couple of Doran's new spells, and see how they affect combat.
Oh man, I wasn't planning on having another combat for the rest of the entire podcast, so I guess we'll never see those spells.
I don't heal, so you don't have to worry about
that. Jeter, I'll just spring this on you. As you were traveling for a long time with these companions, how do you level up, and what do you do in your own mind?
Obviously it's because I got so much new material to work with meeting these clowns. Like, I'm just finding, things to joke about to add to my act for my stand-up comedy portion of my show, like Jin. All right. Take Jin. All right. Let's say Grak has 10 gold, right? And then Jin takes half of it. What do you take? A hell of a lot of slashing damage. That's what you freaking
take. Excellent.
Actually, yes. Speaking of slashing damage, Grak would, one of the nights when they're traveling and he is not pissed at Jin, he is going to try to talk Jin into communicating with his maul and turning it into an axe, because the flashbacks of his past and the battle and his time in his dwarven homeland made him miss his trusty axe, which he had to sacrifice to save the people that were there with him. So he wants an axe, something to remind him of his dwarven heritage, and of course his new helmet, which is just wonderful, obviously. So he's going to try to get Jin to communicate with the changeling or the mimic that is his fraud maul and make it a fraud axe or some other very clever play on words that Jeter would probably know, but I can't think of.
Jin is delighted to do this. It is in fact probably the moment when she decides that Grak is all right after all. Because he's letting her play with his mimic. And So Jin takes the mimic off to the woods so they can have a private conversation. Takes her bow,
a few candles, perhaps a little picnic basket.
Exactly, we're talking
a bottle of wine.
Works. Like we're whining and dining this mall, and she really sells the story of Grak. Like he, I mess with him a lot, but he's a hell of a fighter, and he really, he kind of got the short end of the stick. I'm just gonna say, like, there were a lot of goblins in that scene, and he really did do his best to save that sheep. So do you think just maybe it would make him really happy, and he would probably give you more to eat if you turned into a really beautiful axe with filigree all along your blade and handle of this golden sheep and other dwarvy things? I think it would really mean the world to him, and he might not try to kill me with you so often. He might kill things that he'll actually hit.
Okay, make me an advantaged persuasion check.
All right. Advantaged persuasion coming right up. That is a 20.
20, okay.
Very persuasive.
So you are having this conversation with the mimic that's currently a gigantic maul. You tell the full story of Grak. You are explaining how it will get better fed. You touch it in all the right places appropriately and with consent, of course.
Of course.
And you see it change to an axe before your eyes. It is it's got everything which you mentioned. Because I was
Wonderful.
definitely paying attention to the whole thing and didn't daydream.
I feed it a squirrel before tying a nice little bow around it.
Okay. And what about your mimic?
My mimic? My mimic and I have long conversations every day. It knows me better than anyone has ever known me before. Like this mimic bow and I are tight.
Okay.
I feed it regularly.
Yeah, I'm gonna say so. You feed Grak's now gigantic axe. You go to feed your bow. Your bow doesn't take any of the food. Very weirdly, it's usually ravenously hungry.
What's up, Bogus?
This is a little jealous.
It just kind of shrugs its bow shoulders.
You can tell me. You can tell me anything.
It doesn't seem right. It's tough to see why, but
I grab the bow and the axe and run back to camp as fast as I can and go to Ser Doran and say, I think my bow's having an existential crisis. Please help me.
Why are you asking me? My armor is like an angry, terrible mood ring. And my armor just starts like changing colors. Like, oh no.
I cuddle my bow for the rest of the day, but I do walk over to Grak and present him with this beautiful axe and say, please don't kill me with it.
I'll give you, now you've got two chances not to screw up. You earned yourself another one, Glass.
Damn.
For one moment, the smile falls off of Jen's face and she just says, thank you.
And then Grak is going to sit back by the fire and think about whether or not he's going to count her trying to steal the magic beans as one of them. And because 1 and 2 are simple numbers that he can grasp, it's only going to take him, his entire watch to figure out that, that he's not going to.
And in dwarven culture, being told that you won't be killed by a dwarf is like the highest of honors. So you should feel extremely honored.
I would, except I'm having an existential crisis along with my bow because my bow is unhappy with me.
Well, you guys, you start to travel some more, and this travel, it takes you a long time. Somewhere, I'll just say 2 weeks, which shouldn't be cross-referenced against any other distance times of my entire map. Because there are some like express pathways which like move with you. There's some extra slow ones, some difficult terrain. We don't got to worry about that exactly, but and yeah, for the next like 3 or 4 days, your bow will not eat Jin. And I'd probably say on like day 5, it starts throwing up. It throws up a few like finger bones. It throws up an animal bone or 2. It throws up mimic juices. The mimic
I ask
juices.
it what's wrong like every 10 minutes.
It just your bow seems a little bit limp in your hands. It's still a bow, but it just doesn't seem as sturdy and strong as it usually does.
I kind of have this moment of like, stealing myself for this question, and then I kind of whisper to it, do you need me to kill a person? Because I'm not comfy with that, but I'll do it for you if you really want me to.
It's just like... Okay, so dilemmas and personal crisis aside, at some point, like you guys, you come to a river, and you've kind of been trailing it for like half a day or so. It's decently wide, probably like 50 feet across or so, and in most points, it's kind of like dug itself into the ground. So there's a cliff that drops about like 15 feet below the edge of where you are for where the river actually is. It's moving pretty rapidly. There are rocks occasionally. You're not sure how deep it is, but it looks at least like 10 feet deep or more, you're figuring, and you guys are trying to figure how to cross. And as you guys are going through, you are able to see from a little bit of a distance a bridge. And again, it's easy enough. You walk for another half an hour and you get up to this bridge. And these are the things which you see in this area. You see a very old and rickety bridge. It's pretty skinny. It's got no railings. It's got like a lot of wooden planks with the rope that holds it in place. On the other side of the river is a decently sized chest, and on both sides of the river are signs.
What do the signs say?
You read the sign?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so the sign, it just kind of looks like a big smiley face that's kind of burned into it, and all of a sudden the face starts moving, and it seems like the sign it comes alive, and it's like, "Oh yes, welcome to the Skinny Rail Express. We have been incident free for the last 15 days. Updating, we have been incident free for 0 days."
Oh no.
More talking inanimate objects. Yay!
Incident free.
Yes, you know, when like people fall off the edge and fall to their death, or where they fall through the boards and the broken board inserts up into their ribs all the way through their lungs and heart and completely decapitates them. Occasionally, well, is it considered decapitation if like a gigantic eagle comes and takes the whole body away but leaves the head? I don't know.
Or if like someone just jumps straight into the river just for the hell of it. Yeah.
I mean,
Jin grabs the back of Abelard's shirt and just holds on.
Oh boy.
What? Oh, I didn't realize we were this close now. This is great.
well, if you will successfully pass, please touch the sign on the other side and we will restore the previous number to 15 days without incident. I just got my quarterly review and my boss has said that I've been too reactive instead of proactive. So I'm trying to take action in advance, you know, just be a go-getter, seize the day. So assuming someone's going to die, I'm just being proactive. But if you will survive, I will update it.
Great.
I'm like, Jeter walked over to the side and it looks like he's trying to like look under the bridge. Like, I'm like looking around. And I'm like, nope, he's not trolling us, guys.
Great. So, this isn't great. I don't mean to be offensive, Grak, but you're a little dense. And that's a very narrow, small bridge. I have some concerns.
Oh yeah. Whoa. So is my mimic armor as heavy as a full suit of plate?
It's lighter. I'll say half the weight.
Oh, half the weight? Yeah, because Doran's a big guy. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
So you said something about passing a test or something. Like, what do we got to do here? What's the goal?
Oh, it's not a test. You just literally have to cross a bridge. It's very simple. Only the biggest of dumb idiots and ugly faces fail. I mean, to like die when crossing a simple bridge. Again, that eagle incident, freak accident. Just took the whole body with it, left the head. Decapitation, debilitation. I'm not sure. But
Oh, well, I mean, then if it's only the biggest of dumb idiots, then I guess we're all right. Grak, you might want to be careful, and we'll just go through.
And Grak looks around and says, "Wait a minute. What do you mean dense?"
Actually, I don't usually say this, and I think you guys are rubbing off on me, and it feels kind of icky, but I think I should go first.
before you could even have a chance to take a step towards the bridge, you guys see a single creature about 3 feet tall charging you guys with this small sword raised. It's a small goblin.
From
And
which
he's
side of the bridge?
From your side. And he's just like, die, villains, die! And he's like 100 feet just charging. It looks like he's charging straight at Allegra. I mean, at Jin the Rogue. Whose
Jin.
rapper name is Allegra.
That was a chance to feed that bow.
Yeah, Jin kind of takes a deep breath because she's tried to avoid mostly killing so far. And she draws an arrow, knocks it, and tries to take a shot with the bogus.
Okay. What you roll?
I rolled a 21.
21. You take a shot, it's like 7 feet off. You're pretty sure that you aimed it right. It just seems like your bow is not functioning properly. And at this point, the goblin's like 50 feet, and he's like, Jin, you terrorist, you villain! I thought I was bad. I murder people for fun. You're the worst.
Well, what did I ever do to you?
The statue turned into a goblin? What's going on?
The statue told me everything about you. You're such a piece of garbage.
Oh no! Oh no!
And it's going to take a quick swing at you.
Okay.
Wait, can Grak like step in and intervene? Does he have time to do that?
He swings, he misses. Jin is pretty quick and steps out of the way. Like, you guys could intervene if you want, but he's just like, I can't believe you wait, my goblin voice. I have like 3 voices. I don't know why I'm a DM. I have like Greg voice and higher pitched voice and lower pitched voice, and they all end up becoming like a Brooklyn accent or a Southern accent. So I'm the worst person in the universe for voices.
We'll suspend our belief for this. Don't worry, it'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, except for Jin's voice, which I nailed perfectly.
Right.
We were indistinguishable.
So,
In fact,
100%
everyone
dead
thought
on.
Jin is DMing now, and no one knows the freaking difference. But
I have power. Ooh.
the goblin is just like, the statue told me about that bean that you stole, and that you keep writing things, signs, and puts them onto the dwarf's back, and that library book that you returned late and never paid the late fee for.
No, I definitely didn't pay the late fee on that now that I think about it. Damn it, I knew I'd forgotten something.
Because of that, some child tried to rent it for their school project, and they couldn't, and they failed, and they got executed. If you fail in elementary school, they execute you. That death is on you, you horrible villain. I must smite your evil ways upon the ground. He takes another swing, but another step back, and Jin's fine.
I'm gonna inspire Jin.
Yes, please inspire me.
All right. Walking across the bridge, shooting arrows. Jin is sipping on juice. Yeah. With her mind on her brother and her brother on her mind.
Oh wait, what? Oh, that's true.
Deeply inspired, Jin tries to grab this goblin and toss him onto the bridge. Or off the side of the cliff. Really, just in that general direction. Grappling is not Jin's strong suit, but she's feeling a little brave right now.
Baker, with that inspiration, I'll translate it to you can use acrobatics or athletics. You could like dodge him instead if you want and get him out there.
And that is a 16.
Okay, so this goblin comes charging at you again, and he's like, you are the worst. I think of like the evil necromancer, and then you're like 100 rungs below him. At least that's what the statue told me. And he tries to like stab you, and you just kind of sidestep and push him. And now he's like 5 feet onto the bridge. Let me see how he does on this thing. He's just chilling on it. Looks like the sign was talking shit. This goblin's fine.
Jin steps behind Ser Doran, who is taller and is wearing full armor, and changes form to look like Brom. Back to Brom.
Okay, you do that, and he's like, the statue told me about your changing abilities. He told me everything about you.
Damn it!
He told me about your talking to your bow like a creeper every night. Did you guys know that every now and then she kisses her bow?
Yeah, give it smooches. It's not sexual.
Well,
Wait,
if you
is
say
that
it
why?
that way, it doesn't sound that bad, but
Is that why it's throwing up now? That's horrible.
I hope not.
I'm trying to think.
Din just turns to Grak and it's like, my dear friend.
All right, and so Grak is going to pull out he's going to look up at Jin. He's going to think about this new axe that he's got. He's going to be like, fine if I have to. And so this is a narrow bridge, right?
Yeah, it's very narrow, very rickety, but the goblin seems to be balancing on it fine.
So he's going to put himself basically in the way. So the goblin is not going to be able to get past him to get at Jin. So like if the goblin wants to get at Jin, it's going to have to go through him essentially. And he's going to say that if you want to get to her, you're going to have to go through me. He's going to say it like he's feeling really cool because he was the first person ever to think of that line. Like no one else in the history of adventuring has ever thought of something like that. And he is like, he almost inspires himself, really.
So the goblin pauses and he's like, I must mull your words over. I've never heard such a complicated statement, but it makes sense. It's intimidating. It checks all the right boxes. The statue didn't warn me about that, but okay, guess I'll kill you on the way. And he's going to try to run through your legs.
I want to.
Yeah.
Can I cast vicious mockery on the goblin?
Yeah. As it starts running before it reaches Grak, you're going to cast it. That's a wisdom save.
Death by vicious mockery here.
What do you say to it?
I'm like, hey, you. Your mother was so stupid, it took her a full hour to cast Identify. Because it only cast a minute.
It kind of the 5 feet, it like immediately sprints and crosses 2 feet in like a tenth of a second, and then it just stops. And then he's just like, I mean, everyone knew she was stupid, but she just died like a few days ago. Why would you say that about her? And it just starts crying and gets out toward the bridge.
Yeah. Take that.
Is it within striking range of Grak's axe?
Yes, it is.
All right, so Grak is going to take 2 attacks now. He's not going to rage because he doesn't really feel like raging against this creature. So he's just going to use his regular attacks.
But you don't want to use your rage on like a 4 hit point goblin?
Okay, and you can make him advantage because he's crying on one knee after being
He's just sobbing.
After
having his mother made fun of.
Like, and she always wanted to be a sorcerer, and she never got to learn magic. That makes his joke more extra personal.
and it's all your fault.
What? Okay, so did you make your rolls?
She spent all the time taking care of you and studying.
Okay, so easy enough. You with the first strike, you hit this goblin. It goes flying off into the river. This was not a challenging thing. And his last words are just like, Mother, I'm going to finally join you in hell. Not because you were evil, but because as a race we're evil and we did terrible things to innocent people. But nothing as bad as Jin. Splash, crash, blood, murder.
So, do you think now the fish in the river are going to be goblin?
So, Doran's just going to look around and shake his head and just start walking confidently across the bridge. No worries. This bridge is obviously safe. No problem. He'll handle it.
Okay, make me an acrobatics check, please.
Oh, perfect. Acrobatics. That's definitely my strongest skill check for sure. Oh yeah. I rolled a 16, so that is a 17 total.
Okay, so you step onto it and you're like, nothing could go wrong. And you step on it, definitely starts wobbling, but you're like, if the goblin could do it, I could do it. And you get across easy enough. Maybe every now and then you do feel the mimic armor shift its weight a small bit to keep you stabilized. But
To compensate, all right.
yeah, you get across. You're on the other side with the chest and the other sign.
See, it's nothing. It's nothing. I get across. Doran just kind of says a prayer for the rest of them because it's not going to go any better.
Well, while I'm watching him go over, I just kind of like lean to the bridge and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Bridgeman. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, what are your hopes and dreams? What are you trying to accomplish here? Because this seems like kind of a weird existence, just sitting here, saying how many days there's no incidents and stuff. Like, do you ever
Okay.
want to just like conquer the world or something, or are you just gonna sit here over the water all day?"
So you talk to the bridge. It doesn't answer you, but after a few seconds, you hear the sign talking, and it's just like, "Oh, my silly friend, that's just a dumb, stupid bridge. Why would you possibly think it was able to converse with anybody?" God,
wait,
but
Fine doing it.
yes. I made that clear, and there's no doubt about that in the beginning. Oh, God. But as for me, I mean, right now, like, I'm just a sign, but if I get better reviews in the future, perhaps I could be like a sign that's on the side of the carriage that says, like, advertise here, or maybe if I do well there, I could become a billboard, like one of those things that people put their bills on, hoping that someone will pay for them in the middle of the city, a billboard. And maybe after that, and it gets like a little bit serious, and it's just like, well, my eventual goal would to become a real life town crier that gets transformed into a human.
Well, everybody's
And then
on the
my
other side
life
of the
would be
bridge.
complete.
Well, I mean, you need a lot more exposure to do that. Like, what if I just take you with me? I think me and you, we go on the road. You can advertise for my comedy act. What do you think, man?
I would say make a persuasion check and see how much I like it. Oh, man.
We are now going to have a walking, talking bridge as our new NPC character.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay, 5 plus 6, 11. He's like, like I've been here for like 30 years already. I got a lot invested in this company. I'd have to like see your comedy show first. I don't think that now's the time, but come back next quarter. We'll see how my reviews are, and maybe if they're bad, if they don't see my value, maybe I'll take to the road with you then.
All right, if I ever get drunk enough to come back here and don't know where I am and just wander over here and have some weird people lead me this way, sure, we'll see what happens.
All the more the reason I stay where I am.
Foiled.
All right. So,
Also, wait. Before we get started, why is a 15-year-old child drinking ale nonstop?
Wait a
Drinking ale regular is okay.
I feel like it's not as bad as him chain smoking like a couple days ago.
yeah, he's been through a lot.
Wait, what do you mean a 15-year-old kid? I'm a middle-aged man. This is ridiculous. What are you talking about?
The age for drinking is only 14 in the Forgotten Realms, right?
Oh, apologies. My law protocols have not been updated in quite some time. That must be a new update to the law. 1,000 humblest of apologies. Okay, not that I don't enjoy your presence, but are you D-bags gonna cross this bridge anytime soon? Your friend is waiting.
No, we'd like to talk to you way more, like for the next 2 hours.
Doran is taking advantage of the solitude
Mhm.
and trying to have a conversation with his mimic to get a little cooperation while nobody else is around. and also just failing terribly. It's just freaking
I'm
out.
glad that you
Snowball.
summed it up for us. I don't have to do another one of my 50,000 voices or shrugs. So I guess don't
Shrugs.
talk.
All right. Jin takes some rope and
Don't
gives
do it. You
Grak,
have so much to live for.
gives Grak one end and says, "Grak, thank you for the goblin. I'm going to cross this bridge with this one end of this rope, and I'm leaving another end of this rope for you. And I'm going to try to tie it over to a tree there, so when you cross, if you fall, we will catch you and pull you back up." I said if. When you fall, we will catch you and pull you back up.
And I haven't even had my 15th ale of the morning. What do you expect me to do, Phil?
I expect you to try because of that 15th ale. So,
Grak does not know the meaning of the word patronizing, but he feels it. He feels very patronized. He just doesn't know how to put that feeling into words.
all right.
Okay, if you're just going
Right, so
across,
Grak's
Well,
gonna
maybe.
actually,
tie the rope around
no.
his waist.
Actually, no. We're going to first tie off one end to Abelard.
Hey, who you calling Lord?
I probably should have blessed them before going across the
You
bridge.
probably
but they're just
should
gonna
have.
to do it.
Grak
fine,
and I
it's totally fine.
will hold on to this rope while the kid crosses, and then we'll do our crossing, just in case he falls.
Yeah.
Let's be strategic about this for the first time ever.
Okay.
I mean, as long as water deep is over this bridge, I got no objections
It's
here.
definitely over this bridge, just over the hill there, and the next hill, and the next hill. Like 3
Still.
hills.
I don't know why. I still believe you.
Okay, so go make your cross. Make an athletics check. If it's not like specialized on your sheet, just roll your dex.
I'm rolling what?
Dex,
I'm sorry, not athletics, acrobatics.
acrobatics, or dex. Yeah.
And if you don't have acrobatics specifically, just make a dex roll.
All right.
Awesome.
Oh, man.
So, Jeter, your body is perfectly balanced. A big stomach up front, a big butt in the back, no problem. Unfortunately, you haven't quite been paying attention. You're in a different body currently. So you go to just kind of lead and make a thing across, and like 2 steps off, you just fall directly off the edge. Grak and Jin, what are you guys doing to
Holding on to that rope and pulling him back up,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, with his skinniness and with Grak's strength and stuff, it's not that much of a problem to get him up.
I saw somebody
How
say,
far is this? Can the Grak just throw him to me?
It's like 50 feet. It's pretty far.
Man. You gotta get a running start.
Yeah, Grak, you better try it. Nothing
saw
go wrong there.
in the chat earlier, so as I'm falling, I'm just like, oh, carp.
So you're gonna take 6 points of falling damage as you like fall off and then swing hard into the side of the rocks of the cliff, and as they pull you up, and you're up top with them again. Ready to anything that you guys want to change this time, or if it wasn't that great for them?
Guys, I just got to say I wasn't expecting that. I'm a lot smaller than I'm used to being, and I look like I just won in a fasting contest against Guinevere Paltrow, and I'm very unused to this body right now, so it's a little weird.
So Grak's going to brush him off and say, well, have another go then.
Yeah, just try it again. I know you can do it. I believe in you.
Doran secretly hoping that he just falls to his death in the water and just go back home.
Okay. He tries this time a little bit more cautiously. Same results. Just falls to the side. He's not doing it. You guys gotta figure something
carry 'em.
else.
I lean into Grak and I say, you know what this guy looks like he doesn't usually do, or at least
What's
from
that?
what I run. And I think we need to get him running. Like he needs to book it across this bridge. So I have an idea, but please don't be alarmed when this happens.
All right.
All right. Okay, and the idea just fled my mind, of course. No, there it was. I have a spell that is it's called Hideous Laughter.
I know that one too.
And it makes essentially a creature think something is incredibly funny. And it would incapacitate someone. I would like to try to cast it, and I'm totally fine with a disadvantage here, to basically make him think that crossing this bridge is the funniest thing he's ever encountered, and he should dance across it nimbly while pretending to be like he would when absolutely drunk.
Sure.
Take away the fear factor.
Make me a wisdom save, Jeter.
You know now it's going to be like a nat 20. Watch.
Of course.
100. Better. This is the best roll so far.
Okay, so Jeter, you just start to freaking laugh, and they kind of push you across the bridge.
Yeah.
And of all the things, it works. What?
It just fear incapacitates you.
What? But Jin, you got to tell me what joke you say with your hideous laughter.
Oh, Jin is very bad at jokes. She literally just pulls out a knock joke.
Which one? I love knock jokes.
Oh god.
Yeah, which
I'm
one
so bad at
specifically?
this. Someone save me. Audience, give me a knock joke.
You say knock
God.
knock, and we'll take it from there.
Knock.
Who's there?
Grak.
Grak who?
I'm Grak.
Literally.
What
That's
do you
Grak.
mean, Grak who?
Wait, that's Grak?
Good enough for the drunk 15-year-old, and we will. Oh man.
This is why she's
Okay.
not a bard.
It's true.
So easy enough. Jin with her super acrobatics will be able to cross, and with the rope and stuff, we'll get Grak across too. To kind of speed things along here. So you guys are on the other side. The sign's like, oh my god, it is still 15 days. I thought that kid was gonna die twice. Okay, there's this chest here. If you could open it up, but no one's been able to yet. Some wizard here made it as a taunt. Big taunter sins. That's the name of the chest.
All right. Since I wasn't exactly pulling my weight before, I think I can open this, guys.
Sure.
I got this.
Have at it.
But I'm going to need a little help. Jan, you apparently like knock jokes, so come over here and help me out, will you?
Jin goes over very hesitantly.
All right. Knock.
Who's there?
An interrupting bard.
An
All right, screw it. We're just going to open this. All right, I'm going to sing a song.
Please.
What the hell's in the box? Open up that shit. And I cast knock. And knock.
Son of a bee.
He's a fat loot now.
So you basically take my outrageously high DC lock and you just magically unlock it. That's cool. Okay, you open it up and there's a small bag inside. I'll say it looks like one of those like messenger bags. It has really cool paintings and designs on it. And it's yours.
All right, I take it.
Okay.
Yeah, for once, Jin doesn't try to steal it. Yet.
You said it's just like a bag?
I
there anything
mean,
in it?
you could reach your hand in and find out.
Absolutely.
Make me a dex save real quick.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Or strength save.
I have been so good at these.
Your rolls tonight have been just gangbusters. Okay, so you guys see Abelard reach into this bag. He starts screaming out, and you see blood splashing out of the bag. It seems like this bag's grown teeth and is starting to basically chomp on his hand and pull him into the bag.
Hey, look, it's another mimic.
Jin grabs him by, like, just makes a grab to try to keep Abelard from being, pulled into the bag.
Okay, so you are holding Abelard in place. Abelard has his bag, just swinging it, blood splashing everywhere. His hands getting all chewed up.
Someone help! Take the bag off the kid! Now!
Jen, what the hell? Believe harder. Help him better.
Get this freaking thing off me! It's killing me! Get it off!
And the sign's like, all of my thoughts and prayers with you, good sir. I would assist you in more meaningful ways, but this is enough in my eyes.
Oh no.
Okay, so it's just chewing away as Jin
Yeah.
is holding him in place, and Ser Doran and Grak are just standing there, not helping in any sort of way.
Yeah.
You just cut me off before Grak said Grak's going to take a swing at the thing.
At his hand in his mouth. Right there.
Okay, make an attack roll. Make an attack roll. Nope, it's too late. It's done.
It's around its hand like this?
His hand's inside of it, yes.
All right, so Grak is going to hit with the flat of his axe. So it's not a slashing, it's like to try to knock it out.
Okay, let's see how your roll is.
Sorry, it's not
Okay.
it's not working on my
Yeah.
end here.
I got it easy enough. You hit with the flat, it smacks it off. Jeter's bleeding a little bit. He's taken 14 points of damage in that process in those few seconds. So with that and the ledge, are you still alive even?
Yeah, I am.
Barely.
Okay. I know he's not very hardy, so yeah, Jeter's about to die from blood loss.
So Doran remembers that magical bags are very susceptible to puncturing. So he's just gonna try to slit the bag and then see if it'll
Actually,
let
no,
go.
you know what? I'll take care of this. You take care of the kid.
All right, I'll heal. Doran will, since that's Jin says as Deer pulls out his dagger. He's like, all right, and he'll actually heal him since that's what his role in the party is
Yeah,
supposed to be.
Jin steals the bag.
I'm
Steals
I'm
it.
holding onto my arm and I'm just going, ah! Ah!
Just do that for a while. It'll be all right.
Just for like 5 minutes straight.
Okay, so you heal Jeter. He's no longer in danger of dying.
I put my hands on Jeter and heal him for 20.
God damn. Yeah, and you, Jin, you are now in possession of a bag of devouring.
Excellent. I added it to my equipment list as one bitey bag.
Mm-hmm. Yes, don't. Pretty much anything that goes into that bag is done for, including living beings if they can't get pulled out.
Just got to make sure it pukes it all up at some point. We'll find out what's in there.
Yeah.
Jin is pleased with her bitey bag.
Okay. So the rest of your trip goes on without any sort of incident, except for self-created ones, as you will antagonize each other. And as you start to see a large looming forest ahead of you guys. At some point on the outskirts, the trees, they start regular size, but you'd see in the distance that they start growing to what looks like 100, 200 feet. You're not sure if it's a mountain or a hill or just really tall trees, but they start shooting up super, super high into the air. And you know that this is the place that you guys are looking for, the Laughing Hawk Forest. You guys haven't spoke to any of the pixie spirits yet. Is that something that you want to do now, or do you want to wait?
I feel like we're in range of their forest. Now is a good time to talk to them, so we weren't like stuck with them the entire journey.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Worst case scenario, I'll feed them to my bitey bag.
Your buddy bag.
Bitey.
Your bitey bag. Okay. So you guys do the ritual. You pull out you basically call for some of the pixie spirits. It's what you were told. It's what you are focusing your thoughts for, and then one of the pixie spirits, it kind of floats up in the air, and let me see. It sounds like this.
Thank you all for contacting me. It's a madhouse in there. How can I help you?
We want to help you. How can we be of assistance?
Thank you so much for asking. Please go to the Laughing Hawk Forest.
We are
Put my
already
thoughts
basically
rest.
there.
Well, it's a little bit weird that you would go there without asking me first if it was cool, but I guess since you're here and you're gonna hopefully put me to rest, I won't make a big deal out of it. Just find the TPPPT tribe, and all will be well.
And she
What
goes
was that about
back into the-
PP?
And she goes back into the body of Abelard, into Jeter. This soul just kind of comes out of your body and then goes back in Abelard.
Holy crap! What was that?
Oh, that's normal. You just drank too much.
Just weird, high-pitched things just coming at me every so often. That's like a normal thing now in Dreamland. All right.
Yep.
I'll accept that.
So what do we do, gang?
Well, how many TPPPT clans can there be in this forest?
You sure it wasn't PPTPP?
I doubt there's any of those either, so I think we'll be all right.
How many TPs was that?
It was one TP, two Ps, and then another T, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so TPTPT.
Wait, I prefer tents, not TPs. Not my style.
Yeah, tent's much better ventilation.
Thought you preferred holes.
Well, if I have to be outside, a tent's much preferable to a TP.
And this is how we spend the next 3 months next to the forest arguing about letters.
Or 5 letters.
So she didn't tell us how to find them, so I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We just wander around this forest looking for pixies. I mean,
that sounds like a valid strategy based on the strategy we've had up to now.
They have not been a fan of Doran, so I don't know how that's going to go. But I'm sure I'll be making a ruckus as we're walking through the woods. So what's the worst that could possibly happen?
Okay, so you guys just start to walk into the forest. Probably when you guys are like 5 minutes in, you kind of hear a buzzing noise and you see this small glowing green ball of sorts, and it gets bigger and bigger very quickly. And you guys see your first pixie. The pixie looks about like 14 to 18 inches tall. The pixie has a double set of wings on their back, and as they fly around, you guys see that they leave a trail of pixie dust behind them. Their skin, it's got a light green tint, and their eyes shine with intelligence. And their bodies glow with sort of like a tiny green magical aura. It doesn't like light anything, but you could clearly see these are magical creatures. And it comes up to you guys. Like, again, it's only 14 to 18 inches tall, but this one, it looks female. It's got a small spear, and it's just like,
Halt and be identified or be murdered horribly. Who are you? What do you want? Come on, come on, come on.
We're looking for the TPPT clan. Can you help us out with that?
What clan?
The TPPPT clan.
That's the only clan here.
Yeah.
Glad you asked. What are you oversized doing here, and why do you want us?
Well, I guess we're here to do you a favor. We're here to help, I guess, lay some of your friend's souls to rest.
Our friend's souls.
Yeah, it's a long story. They're captured by the evil necromancer. We managed to free them, but we haven't been able to help them cross over to the other side fully.
You,
when you mention the evil necromancer, you see her like fly around in circles a few times, and she looks super upset, and she's just like,
that damn necromancer! They killed so many of us! Look, this is beyond me. I'm gonna bring you to the queen, but, like, I gotta make sure that you guys aren't cops first. Are you guys cops? Because you have to tell me if you are.
No.
Well, this took an unexpected turn. We are definitely not cops.
I
Hey,
am allergic to cops.
think about it this way. If we were cops, would I be able to do this? And I start just chugging beer as a 15-year-old kid.
Everyone knows that the new drinking age is 14. It got passed recently. That's no big deal. Look, you guys aren't cops, then take a bump of this dust.
and she kind of pulls out a vial and puts it onto pretty much the whole back of her hand, which is like a finger for you guys.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is the good stuff, and I just start walking straight up to it. Like,
Am I allowed to change my internal form so that my nostrils temporarily don't attach to the rest of my body?
Do you know a being that has such characteristics?
I do not.
Then no.
Damn it.
only-
I go for it.
you just have to change your form into Mr. Potato Head.
Okay, so I'll just say with Jeter and Jin doing a little bit of a bump, like all that really happens is everything seems much more vibrant and more colorful.
Well, that sounds great. Sign me up for that.
It's too late now. Yeah. So she's like,
Follow me and I'll bring you to the queen. And we will hopefully not murder you and hopefully party like there's not tomorrow. Just make sure you guys said you weren't cops, right? Everyone said that out loud?
Hell no, we're not cops. This is
It's
the great-
magically it's magically binding, so okay, sure.
and you guys follow her into the woods for probably like another 4 hours. It's a long walk, and as you guys start to go through the woods, you see that the trees. It's not a mountain that the trees get much taller, and they're so high up there that you can't even see the top of the trees. It's still somehow bright and colorful, but these trees are gigantic with these huge, like 10 or 15 foot wide trunks and these huge thick branches that come out, and eventually you guys are brought to what's sort of a clearing in the trees, and you see probably in the area like 50 or 60 pixies who are flying all around, and it kind of seems like they're all just having fun and hanging out, playing the typical backyard lawn games that all pixies do, and doing a little bit of substances and a lot of drinking and their pixie forms and pixie size. And the one pixie who you were talking to is just like,
Wait here, I'm gonna get the queen.
and she goes over, and you see a similar looking pixie, but this one has a small crown on her tiny head, and she's like,
Welcome, oversized, to my forest. I am Yavia Bigsong, queen of the Pandomius proper Pyro tribe, loyal disciple of Tatiana, the summer queen of the Feywild. What brings you to my land?
You know, I'm getting a little tired of everybody body shaming me here. Like, what do you mean by calling me oversized? This is getting a little ridiculous everywhere I go.
Great Queen, we are here to help lay to rest the souls of the colors here are so pretty. The souls of people who died. The Necromancer. Din is completely spaced out, like looking at every single color everywhere. And then fixates on Ser Doran's tabard. Because for once, to her, it actually looks kind of okay.
Perfect. It's perfect for this moment.
So Grak is going to shoulder his way through the party, and he's going to kneel down so he's on level with, well, you know, sort of level. Say, we've come all this way following rumors of your beauty to pay homage to you, Queen, and we've come to lay to rest the souls of your fallen soldiers. He's going to try to woo her, because that's a thing that evidently Grak is going to do.
okay, make a persuasion.
He had a
check.
little bit of extra in his dust. He had a little bit of E mixed in there.
Actually, Grak is well. He's sober in the sense of he didn't take any of the dust. He's had ale, like he's been drinking ale all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so she reacts to you, and she's just like,
I am the most beautiful queen of all of the land, and I know that. But I know you dwarves are not attracted to anything without a beard, so don't try to flatter me, although I appreciate it. So you said souls that the Necromancer collected. He came through these lands a while ago, and many of our kin have died in the process, and we were unable to put their souls to rest. So what do you mean, like, you have the souls? Please explain this to me. I'm very confused.
Well, we have the souls. That's Grak is not really sure how to explain this to her.
Din decides in her kind of loopy state to summarize all the events thus far while changing into mockeries of all the people. And so it's basically the introductory video. It's a very, very bad summary of how we all came to be.
that is very impressive. It may take, like, I kind of picture when C-3PO is retelling all the stories to the Ewoks, like with the sound effects, stuff like that.
Exactly.
But it's literally Jin changing bodies, and these small pixies are like, "Woo, yeah."
But I think like Greg impersonated you earlier. I think you need to impersonate Greg going like, "Get wrecked, nerds!"
And Necromancer was all like, "Get wrecked, nerds!" And then there were soul ghosts.
Perfect. I thought I was talking there for a second. I was very confused. So she says,
Okay, well, we have a ritual for this. A ritual to go to the great tree and perform the purging and the cleansing of the souls to put them to rest. It involves, I guess, who has the souls, did you say?
The kid.
A little drinky one.
Yeah, the drunk one.
Drunk face McDrunkersons. It's gonna involve him drinking so much liquor infused with pixie dust.
It's like I was built for this.
Liquor, it's been infused with pixie dust gathered on a full moon while the white wolf howls. And a ton of drugs. The more the better. But before we do that, we need to kind of make sure that you guys are worthy of this great ceremony. So tonight we are going to party. We will celebrate. We will have fun. And at some point through the night, I need you all to prove yourselves as being worthy of TPPPT.
And she says that, and you hear in the background a lot of the pixies like throwing up their TPPPT gang signs, like TPPPT. And she tells you to hang out for a little bit. The party will start soon, but before that happens, this glow-bluing raven, it just kind of flutters into the forest and starts circling Jeter. And whoever is familiar with magics, probably everyone but Grak, they recognize this as a common animal magical messenger of sorts. And you guys hear, I guess Jeter wouldn't recognize his voice, but everyone else does. And this raven starts speaking out loud in the voice of Abelard's mother. And you will hear from this messenger, "Hey dear, it's me, Mom. I just wanted to see how your summer internship is going. Your father and I are sailing off the coast of Frank's Ocean right now. We're so proud of our little wizard. I mean, our future wizard. I can't wait to show you off to all the neighbors when you get back. Maybe you could help me grow some magical gargoyle statues all around the yard, or we could line our fences in fairy fire. What am I saying? You're going to probably have so many job offers, we'll barely see you anymore. Well, regardless, we're happy that you're becoming a magical magic mage, so keep up the hard work, honey. How are you doing so far? Please tell me everything. P.S. I hope that the Necromancer is feeding you to put some meat on those bones."
What is it with everybody pointing out that I eat a lot? All right, this is getting crazy. I can't get away from it.
I mean, if you look at the raven, you know that with this magic, it's not programmed to judge your weight, but you feel like this raven is definitely judging you for personal reasons unrelated to the spell. So yeah, it's waiting for some sort of response from Abelard, who it came to.
So wait, this thing wants me to talk to. I mean, it's not my mom. I don't know who the hell. Like, what is? You guys are really confusing me right now. Am I really just tripping balls that much that this animal's talking to me, telling me it's my mom?
It's not even the weirdest thing that's happened.
Yeah.
Further proof that this is just all some crazy dream. All right, hey animal.
Hold up, sir. I am still speaking in the voice of your mother for unrelated reasons. I just find it soothing and preferable. I just wanted to remind you and anybody who is watching this encounter with this magical raven that if you were sent here by a friend, that you should please put that friend's Twitch handle in the chat at this time with the secret code word, which is Fluffernutter. I'm not gonna make you remember that. That's ridiculous. I'm a total snitch, and we know that snitches get stitches. But if you cut me, then Abelard's mother will never find out what happened to her dear son. So please put the name of whoever referred you in chat for a chance to win something involving chances and naming future NPCs and creating magical items for the future of the show. I apologize, dear Abelard. You may now continue with your response to your dear, beloved mother who wants to hear from you so badly.
All right. Hello, animal mother. Blue Raven animal mother. Thank you for talking to me in my dream state. I'm currently doing lots of drugs and drinking beer and having a fantastic time with my new friends. I got the stinky dwarf, this rogue person over here, and this guy who dresses like the floor after I threw up. And yeah, we're about to party with some pixies and have a great time. Hope you and I don't know, Animal Pops are doing great.
Message received. I shall return it post haste. Thank you for using Animal Messenger Services, AMS. Yeah. And with that,
I look at the rest of the group and I'm just like, did I answer that right? Is that
perfect?
Perfect.
That kid's a jerk.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this. I'm gonna actually send this message to your mother and see how she responds. And I'm gonna get her recording.
I'm pretty sure Abelard's parents are gonna like hunt us down.
Yeah.
Don't let your mother know that this is coming, Dave. But
they're the end bosses. We
also
all know this.
don't let her know that I'm gonna sneak into your parents' bedroom at like 12 midnight and spring this on them as well for the extra shock effect.
It's scary because you know where they live.
Yep, I know exactly. Well, I won't go there. So many stories that I would have to censor out. Okay, so you guys, the party starts, and they are small creatures. They are going to hand you out a lot of drinks. They know a lot of magic, so like when they hand you a drink or a substance or food, it magically gets to your appropriate size in your hands. And they're handing out drinks, food, substances, and these freaking tiny pixies get wild, man. They are just out of control. They are partying. They are playing tons of games. They are doing crazy stunts. They're smashing through their little pixie picnic tables. They're swinging from freaking trees. They're setting things on fire. You know that at some point tonight, you guys got to prove yourself to them. Now, they didn't quite specify how, but you figure it's something to do with like partying of some sorts. How are you guys through the course of the night gonna attempt this?
Well, you see, something like this is like Grak has spent his entire dwarven life preparing for moments like this. You know, like he is gonna look for the strongest drink that they have because you know drugs weren't really a thing in the Iron Mountains, but alcohol, it was absolutely a thing. So he's going to look for the strongest drink, like the biggest bottle of the strongest drink, and down it all, and of course end with a good hearty dwarven belch.
Okay, so you are drinking, you're putting them down, and some of the pixies see this, and they're like, oh, wait, they're like this.
Why don't you stop being such a little dwarven and drink some of this?
And she hands you what is still like a deliberately tiny freaking mug. And she's like,
I warn you, this is magic. This is gonna kill you. I don't know if you can handle it. You don't look like a gnome to me, but you may be.
and she's clearly taunting you, and she offers it to you. I'm assuming that you're going to take the challenge. Make a Constitution save for me.
He's a dwarf.
What's your Constitution? Oh,
I'm
you are
not
resistant to
sure.
poisons. What
Yeah.
if you look at your sheet? What's your con save modifier?
I think it's 5.
Oh God. Okay. With advantage, you rolled a 4 and a 3 base. So you laugh in their face. You wolf one down, and they're all like, "Is he gonna make it?" And then you do a second one and a third one, and they're like, they're in shock.
He's a monster.
They're watching you, and at this point, there's like 50 people who are watching you, and they're like,
Don't throw up! Please don't die! Don't transform! Don't turn to ash! Don't set on fire! Don't explode!
and everyone's like, I guess like you guys are getting very worrisome. Grak throws up, but he throws up literally a gigantic rainbow, and he throws up kittles, which are pixie versions of colorful candies that fall from the ground. Definitely KITTLES, capital
man.
S at the end.
He totally threw up Ser Doran's color scheme.
Oh, perfect.
So you're not sure how that sits with them. Who's next?
How large of a thing can I pull out of this bag?
Your
We haven't found out yet.
imagination will limit. I don't know. We're going to find out. It seems like. Depends on your role.
All right. Well, back in Waterdeep, we had this great artificer who created this thing called a mechanical bull. And I'd like to pull this thing out. And we each take turns chugging and seeing who could hang on it the longest, and it's hysterical.
Make me a persuasion check, please. That needs a persuasion check.
Please do it once. Then he pulls out like this little tiny mechanical mouse or something.
What's that? 14 plus 6, 20. You guys literally, no one knows how. It's just one of those like special effects that you're like, okay, clearly he photoshopped that. Jeter, aka Abelard, literally pulls out of nothing a gigantic mechanical bull. And I assume that you brought it first.
I start like stripping down and I tie my clothes into like a toga looking thing.
Oh, okay.
Dump a bunch of fear on my head. And I'm just like, whoa! Yeah! Mechanical bull, baby! Let's do it! And I jump on it and start riding the hell out of it.
Okay, and make me an athletics check, please.
Do
I will say with advantage.
Strength? It's just strength, and I don't even have it, right?
Oh, and strength, and yeah, strength, and oh my god. So weirdly enough, with your natural 20, minus 1, you guys see skinny Abelard with no strength at all just somehow stay on this thing with powers that you guys never knew that he had, and he chugs one beer while on it, and the beer refills itself, and he drinks a second one and a third one, and like eventually after like a minute, and everyone is like the whole entire thing, it's like 200 pixies are now surrounding him. He backflips off and just lands in a superhero landing and chugs another beer, and the pixies have lost their freaking mind. Magic's erupting, they're chugging and drinking, and like 1,000 of them come up and pat you on the shoulder, and seems like a success.
I am party.
Who's next, Ser Doran or Jin?
He parties hard.
Grak is gonna shove his way into
Grak wants to go again.
Yeah, he wants to like pull the kid off and take a crack at it. Step aside, let the escort take a crack at this.
Okay. Make me, if you're very drunk, make a athletics check with disadvantage.
Well, I feel like you'd be better at it when you're drunk.
It's a fair
We'll
point.
see. What's your okay? Well, yeah, screw it. I said disadvantage. So you rolled a 17 and a 2. So it seems like if Abelard could do it, anyone can. And you're on for like 6 seconds, and you're flung from it, and the pixies are booing and throwing drinks at you, and
I'm like going along with the pixies, like throwing beer at them and stuff.
Disappointing.
Jin, you notice that Grak's axe is somehow frowning at him in embarrassment. But it's of no consequence. Okay, Ser Doran or Jin, who's up next?
I can go next.
Okay.
Jin hits the dance floor.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Jin has pretended to be like multiple different species, and therefore and has a secret love of dance. So she's gonna get really, really, really high on whatever they're giving her, and then hit the dance floor.
Okay. So for the next 60 seconds, I would like you to take off your headset, back away from the camera, and dance for us.
How about I roll an acrobatics check instead?
Okay, fine. Roll an acrobatics check.
All right.
And that was your chance to make your bow become healthy and good again, too.
I know. You didn't let me get to the best part. I'm dancing with my bow.
Oh, okay.
Moment.
You're slow
Okay.
dancing with your bow?
Let's see
Yes.
how it goes. Make your
Unforgettable.
acrobatics check.
It is a
Damn.
25.
Okay,
I'm
so
using my bow. It's unstrung, kind of like, a fire twirling stick. I'm dancing with my bow.
okay. You guys see Jin doing a lot of amazing dancing, and she's swinging the bow around. It looks like a little bit of the color comes back to the bow's cheeks, as if it's temporarily feeling good. And with that, a big dance party breaks out around Jin, and the pixies are loving it.
Grak is going to get in there and give it a try. I'm just trying to keep up the terrible rolling streak. I feel
know.
like it's going to be so much fun.
Make me a acrobatics check with disadvantage, Grak.
Disadvantage, go.
What's your acrobatics modifier?
I think it's
God, these
a
rolls,
2.
man. Okay, so with a 6 and a 7, I mean, you're dancing, but like no one's really paying attention to you.
Okay, so just for Grak, because I can see he's having a rough time at this party. I'm very, very, for like short amount of time, because really not my preferred form, but I do temporarily turn into a dwarf and like badly dance with him just to kind of give him a confidence boost.
You do that, and they're all it's like, wait, I gotta do the voice.
Oh my god, she's doing the I can't dance dwarf dance, and she's doing it so masterfully. She's the best dancer ever. Oh my god, we love her. She's so great. She's the best dancer ever.
Ser Doran.
Doran is just flabbergasted about what's going on here. I was hoping to get I was going to go with the truffle shuffle, but I don't know if I can compete with that dwarf dance. And I didn't get a good suggestion from the group. So, oh man, Doran just doesn't know what to do here. That he can just party like this, at the church he just had wine. His parents were pretty boring. Breakdance.
So Grak is seeing how sort of hesitant, wallflowery Ser Doran's looking, and he's like, "No hangovers tomorrow for nobody!" Shouting that very loud, hoping that Ser Doran will like do some sort of magic. He's not really sure what Ser Doran can do, but he's hoping he does some magic.
Wait,
hangovers.
Ser Doran, you hear, and first of all, to Grak's thing, a lot of the pixies shout,
Impossible, but I look forward to it.
and Ser Doran, when you say out loud breakdance, you feel a small nudge from your armor, like bumping you forward onto the dance floor.
Oh god, the armor wants it. All right.
So I want you to make me a acrobatics check with advantage, because the armor is going to try to help you.
My armor's down. All right. And if the breakdancing fails, he'll just go with the classic truffle shuffle here.
It's just going to eat you.
I would prefer that at this point, I think. Acrobatics with advantage. Let's do this. I was very athletic earlier today. Oh, I got a 16, so that's a 17.
Nice. So you guys see Ser Doran step onto
tabard.
He takes off the tabard. A lot of the pixies immediately swing by with a lot of cardboard and start laying it down everywhere. They make sure that they took out all of these staples first. And Ser Doran, hesitant, he tries to start to break dance, and the armor helps him out, and he does a pretty sick breakdance routine. And a lot of the pixies join them, not so much breakdancing because their wings would break and they'd be horribly maimed, but they're like spinning in the air on their stomach breakdancing. They're kind of cheating because they always fly, but and they seem pretty impressed with him. And as the party knows by now, everyone's immediately staring at Grak Skullcrusher. and they're expecting him to go out onto the floor and to break dance.
Spin on his helmet.
He's gonna give there you go. He's gonna try like putting his helmet on the floor and like holding onto the horns and like spinning around. Let's hope he fails miserably because that's gonna be more fun.
This one I'm gonna give you advantage with because that seems pretty dope.
All right.
8 and 18, and what's your acrobatics modifier?
2.
Nice, 20. Okay, so you guys see Grak. You're not sure how it happens exactly. If he falls, if he did it on purpose, but somehow or some way he falls head first into the cardboard. One of the horns pierces straight through, and he just starts spinning himself in a circle. And the pixies are going wild, and 2 of the pixies actually grab each of his feet and just help start spinning him so freaking hard and so crazy that after like a minute, he just tries to freaking stand up and just runs right into the nearest tree and then bangs something else. And the pixies are loving him for it. All you guys having a great time. The party goes on like this for a long, long time. You're not sure how, but you all just kind of like wake up at some point. It's clearly like 2-3 p.m. Like you guys have been sleeping forever. You all come to groggily. You are all feeling whatever levels of hungover which you wish, but if I had to guess, it would be excessive. And as you guys are coming to, and you see that a lot of the pixies are still sleeping, and there are a few pixies who are walking around and starting to prepare some breakfast and stuff like that. But out of nowhere, you guys hear
Invaders! Assassins!
and that's where we will end tonight. With that,
Woo-hoo! Not again.
Assassins, pixie assassins, right? Or I guess we don't really know what kind of assassins they are yet.
no clue.
Probably somebody
right.
that the statue sent after us.
Probably.
God damn.
So that statue, it's supposed to only last for 24 hours. I'm pretty sure it's going to last forever. And it literally, let me see what this does.
It's canon now.
It looks exactly like Jin. It makes verbal threats against Jin. And if you basically everybody it sees, it paints Jin as the most heinous of villains. And it magically knows where you are at all times, and it directs them to go and find you and attack you, basically.
So basically what we're saying is that the statue's actually trying to do the world a service.
No, a disservice, because Jin is awesome.
But she's pretty villainous.
Well, it's the things that it's saying, whether or not it's true, yeah. But that is that for tonight.
That was awesome.
Yes. Best party ever.
So where
Jin
do we
is
get
not looking forward to fighting assassins completely naked.
Where do we get the hookup for that dust?
You need to inquire about that next session.
Yeah, seriously, where do I get some of that?
Count me in. That'll be our
Very
luck, yeah.
cool.
The pixies just wake up and they just see us there and they think we're the assassins, totally forgetting what we were doing there. Wouldn't
Okay,
be the first time that's happened either.
Jeter, you are a guest. I would like you to roll me a D4, please,
Oh boy.
for our giveaway to see who the winner is.
Alrighty.
He's been rolling fire
Oh
all
boy,
night.
it's not in game. Like it's
Bang!
for who is
That's the best roll he's had all night. High roll.
Yep. So I'm going through here. I believe. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
You're working.
I've got a list made here
So-
if you want, Greg.
Velociraptor 951. Wait, you were referred by Velociraptor 159? Are those two actual people?
I see
He
951.
subscribed. He subscribed twice and totally cheated.
Okay. I know it. Velociraptor and SS Servin 2000. Both you guys and whoever preferred you reach out to us on. How do they reach out to us on?
Through the
Twitter.
Facebook page. D&Q Show on Facebook. Go to Facebook, Google D&Q Show, or also Twitter, D&Q Show. You can find us at both of those. Reach out. You'll be messaging me, and I will connect you with the Dungeon Master to create the non-player character and magical item. He'll decide who gets what. And for those of you who are part of the giveaway or who were here with the event, we hit 75 followers on Twitch, so we are giving away 2 audiobook bundles of the entire Queen of Thieves trilogy, and that will go to Ashfire Strawn and Shadow Spawn 1981. So both of you reach out to me directly, and I will hook you up with the audiobook codes for those audiobooks. And Greg, see if you would put your name in the hat, you could have won it.
I love the Queen of... Oh, God. It's probably of all your books. She's probably one of my favorite people. She really is.
Mine too.
Okay. We'll take it away, Andy.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of the Necromancer's Idiot Apprentice on Deranged and Questing. If you want to follow us, you can see all of our Twitch handles below. I am Andy Peliquin. Greg, Dungeon Master Extraordinaire, is Greg with Advantage. No spaces. Ser Doran, Big T 983, Jin, Author Allegra, and Jeter at Hubcap Ninja. Love how random it is.
Hubcap Ninja.
Very cool. And we will be back next Monday night at 6 o'clock Pacific time for another kick-ass episode of Deranged and Questing. See you next week. Good night.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, yeah. We'll hopefully have an
noises.
We'll have an upgraded version of the intro now that we all know that Jin is a rogue as opposed to Brom. So it's going to be so much cooler. The high tech video introduction.
In a month and a half.
I will definitely spend between 3 to 5 minutes on updating this. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, and that is it for tonight. Have a good night.